What's up, guys? So today I'm really excited because in this video I'm gonna teach you how to create this epic movie title. Step by step I will guide you through that process, and of course in the end you can download this film title on the link below. In the meantime, if you don't want to put in all the work to create this movie title and you want to have some really epic movie titles, I created a new pack for you. It's really cool. You can find them in the link below. Check them out. The first step that you're gonna do is you're gonna open the media pool. In here, you're gonna click on your right and you're gonna create a new fusion composition. So then you're gonna give it a name, Adrenaline Rush. You're gonna create it. Then you're gonna grab this fusion composition and you're gonna put it in your timeline. Now you're ready to create. You're gonna go to the Fusion tab and you're gonna see something like this. This is totally empty. I'm gonna go with you step by step to how I created that title. I'm not gonna create it all again. So I did this process. So let me go back to my title that I created and I'm gonna show you step by step how you can do it as well. Okay, so don't get shocked. It looks a bit overwhelmed, but step by step I will teach you how to create this. The first thing that you want to do is you want to create a merge. Okay, on that merge you're gonna create all your titles. So this is the way that I do it. Maybe there is another way, but this way is how I like to prefer to create my titles. So the first thing is to grab a merge. If you don't see a merge, grab one over here, merge. Then you put it to the timeline or you put it in your workspace right up here. And then of course you need something to throw on. The thing that we want to throw on is a title. Right up here. You're gonna connect these two with each other and now you're ready to make a title. So if you go to text, up here you see all different kinds of functions and then you can type in a text. But be aware, if you don't see anything, you need to connect this merge right up here. You need to connect that with the output of your film title. So with this media out. If you don't do this, you will not see anything. So that's basically the basic of this film title pack. But of course, there is way more. Okay, so let me delete this really quick and let me show you what I did with this title. Right, so the first thing that you want to do when you're gonna start to create a title is you want to click here on your right and then you want to go to guide and you want to be sure that you're gonna enable show guides. If you don't do that, you need to create a title without these guides and that will be, very tough. So click on your right, go to guides and show that guide. Another tip that I want to give you is when you are starting to create your title, you want to use your keyboard and your mouse to zoom in and to zoom out, okay? So how I do this is I hit Control on my keyboard and I have a mouse with a really nice wheel on it and then I push in the wheel and I push out. That's the way I do it on my PC Windows. I don't know how you do it for Mac users, but in my case it's Control and using the wheel function on my mouse. And that's very helpful if you want to be very precise, for example, with this part of the title. When you check these two things, you are ready to create your title. I'm gonna teach you how to create these lines. So this is basically my first line right up here. So let me delete it and let me show you how I did it. So I'm gonna delete this. Boom, it's gone. You see it? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to import a merge. Okay, right up here. You're going to connect it. And the second thing is you want to import a background. Right up here. You're going to connect this background and don't be afraid what you see right now because this is the background. Then to that background, you want to add your rectangle, of course. So how to find these effects? You're gonna hit Shift spacebar and then you're gonna type in rectangle. Okay, see the rectangle, you're gonna add it and then you're gonna link it to your background. And now you see it's way smaller. So then the second thing I did is, of course, I want to create one single line. So the way to do it is you go up to your rectangle. You want to disable this solid effect. And when you do that, you don't see anything anymore. The second thing that you want to decide is how thick this line will be. You can control this with this option, border width. If you see that, if I increase it, the thickness will also increase. But I like a really gentle, nice and smooth line, okay? Something like this. The second thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna pull this line all the way up to this white line, okay? So now it's pretty helpful if you can zoom in. Then we gonna select this rectangle, and then we're gonna move it up with the center function all the way to the white line. Okay, you see that the thickness is a way too thick, so I'm gonna make it a bit smaller, something like this. Okay, this line is now perfectly lined up with the white line. The next thing that you want to do, you want to go to the height and the width, because you want to have this one all the way. Sometimes I really zoom in very close so that I can see very precise what I'm doing. You want to remove this line because we don't want that, okay? So how to remove it? You're gonna go to your rectangle tool, and then you're gonna decide the position and the length. Okay, you see? Now, right up here, it will remove a part of that line. And you need to play a bit with this, because the position right up here is good. And now I still need to remove that part of the line. Something like this. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, now you want to add a really nice color. And that's something that you need to decide which color you like. So in my case, I liked this color. I'm gonna copy it. And then I'm gonna go to my background color. I'm gonna change it here. And boom, I changed this color. It's almost done, but you see that really nice glow effect that we have created. So how can you do that? You want to do that under the background, because you want to affect the background. So you're gonna hit Shift Spacebar, and then you're gonna search for glow, and then you're gonna hit enter, and that will add a little bit of glow effect. So you can increase it. So you can increase this. Maybe I need to make the line a bit thicker. And then the glow size, let's make it a bit bigger, blend a bit more. This is nice. It's almost the same as the other one. If you want to see this title without the guidelines and without this background right up here, this gray black background, you just simply hit edit, and there you see what you just created. Here you see, this is the line that we created. It's not 100% the same as before, but I will show you that in a minute. In case you are wondering why I have a gray background, I created a solid color and I created a gray color. You will see the black background. Let's go back to our title. And now the second thing that we want to add is we want to add a defocus effect. So let's add this defocus effect. So in this defocus effect, you can change like lots of different settings. I'm not gonna go through them all. We're gonna, something like this. This is pretty good. Go back to the glow. A bit less. Okay, so now we created the first line. Right, you see it? We create the first line. You want to create this line, that line. So you want to create 1, 2, 3 more lines. You don't need to go through all the work again. You're gonna select this whole node tree. You're gonna hit Ctrl C and boom, then you're gonna hit Ctrl V, and you now basically copied that line. So I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna put this line up here. Gonna connect it again. And now, if I want to change this line, go to Inspector tool, change the position, and you see you create another line. So that's what I basically did. So let's delete this again, connect it. All right, so these are all my rectangles. Let me pull them all the way to the left so you have a nice overview. So let's go to these titles on the top here. All right, so here are my titles. So let me show you how I created this. You want to create a merge, and we're gonna create this title as an example, directed by. So right up here you see directed by. Ooh, one important thing that I forgot to tell you is you want to stay really organized in your workflow. So you see right up here I gave them all a name. How can you do that? I will show you in a minute, because we're gonna delete this right now and we're gonna create one together. First you're gonna grab the merge, then you're gonna grab the text right up here. You're gonna connect these two, and now you're basically ready to create a title. But you want to give this title a name, so you're gonna work very organized. You will hit F2 on your keyboard, so that's my shortcut, and then you're gonna create directed by. All right, so now you created a title directed by, and now you're ready to go. When you open this text up here, you see you can choose text, layout, transform, shading, image, and settings. You can do a lot of cool things right up here, but we're gonna keep it simple. So you're gonna create something like directed by. Okay, now the title is somewhere here. So of course you need to decide the font type, and all the fonts in my packs are of course included. When you have the font, you want to change the position of the title. So you're gonna do that in the layout setting. When you go to layout, you see that you can change the center X point and W point. Okay, if you choose this one, you go up and down. When you choose this one, you go to the left or to the right. Let me work really precise again and put it up. Okay, now it's way too big, and then you're gonna decide the size of the title. You go back to text, and here you can change the size. Yes, go back to layout, and then we go to the left. Yeah, something like this. Perfect. Go a bit down. Okay, if you want to work really precise, you can type in also the numbers on how you want to have it. But yeah, for me, this is good for now. Then we go back to text, and yeah, here you can do a lot of cool things. For example, you can do the tracking, spacing, you can create effects, but we're gonna keep it simple for now. Yeah, pretty cool. It's almost done. Then we go and give it a color. Click on your text, go to color, change the color, boom. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to add a defocus effect. And this is something that I do with some of my titles, not all the titles, but some of them, to give them a bit more of a vintage look. When you watch a film, an old film, or like in the cinema, a new one, these titles are not super sharp, okay? So what you're gonna do is you want to hit Shift Spacebar, and then you're gonna search for defocus. You're gonna add this, and you see by default it's very defocused. And then you're gonna go to the effect, and of course you want to dial in the focus. You wanna keep it gentle. Then you're gonna do that exactly the same for a film by and edit by. the next step is to create this middle title up here. You see adrenaline up here, boom. You see the numbers. So basically you can't give in numbers, so I typed in numbers so that I know when I want to save this title pack that these are the numbers. Right up here you see a rush. This title is the ultimate base jump thrill. I'm gonna do one of these titles, so let's do rush to show you how I did it. So let me delete this really quick. So the first thing, of course, remember again, you're gonna add a merge, then you're gonna add the title. You're gonna name the title F2 rush. Then you're gonna type in rush. And of course now it looks like shit. Okay, then the second thing is you're gonna decide the font style, this one. And then you're gonna go to, I did this one, I really like that. You're gonna scale it up, something on how you like it, a bit more. And then you go to the layout and you're gonna start all over again. It's a lot of work, and of course you want to have everything lined up really precise. This is something that I do now really quick, but I go over to the text, then back to the layout, text, layout, to get the best option. Okay, so keep it for now like this, and then I added a glow effect. This glow effect, you can dial it in, you can decide what your style is, you can blend it even a bit more, or you can let it glow even more, whatever you prefer. Right up here we go back to a rush, we're gonna give it a color. And you see now, when you give it a color, you see this weird effect happening, okay? That means you are too heavy with the glow. So you dial in the glow a bit, something like this. Then you're gonna add the defocus. So this can be an option that you like. For me, I want to keep it really gentle. And then you're done. So that's what you're gonna do for the same as the ultimate base jump thrill and the 999. So for the 999, I use a different font, just to give that font an extra cool look. Alright, we're almost done. The next thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna create these three titles. You're gonna line them up just perfectly. And I'm not gonna do that anymore. You know now how to do it. And then you're almost done creating this epic movie title. By the way, if you hold Control and you zoom in with the mouse, you can zoom in on your space here to work, or you can zoom out when you have a lots of nodes going on. And the next thing is you want to save it because you want to use it over and over again. You're gonna select all of your nodes, but don't select the media output. Only select your nodes. Then you're gonna click on a node, you're gonna right click, you're gonna create a macro, and then you're gonna type in the title of your movie title, so adrenaline rush. Now comes the last part of saving your movie title, and this part takes also a lot of time to do. Because what you want to do is you want to save every single node that you created. Okay, I'm not gonna go through all of the nodes because that will take way too much time. But let's say right up here, you want to save your line, okay? So you're gonna search for your rectangle. You see right up here, rectangle. And then you want to check what you want to select. You can also click on your rectangle. And here you see it opens the rectangle. And here you also see what you can save, okay? So for example, show view controls, you see that exactly right up here as well. Then you see the levels, filter, soft edge. So everything in here is something that you can save. You need to save everything. The background colors, the glow effect that we did, the defocus effect, of course, the titles as well. And I'm going to show you. So here is a film by, so that's this title. Then you see a film by, a film by. Then we don't want to save the image, but we want to save the styled text. Okay, we want to save that text. We want to save this font. And yeah, it takes a lot of time. But when you're done doing this, you're going to close it and you're going to hit yes. I want to save it. Go to support, and in support you see and find Fusion. You find the templates, and if you don't see a folder edit in here, you can create one yourself. You double click on it, you create a folder titles, and there you see all your titles. You can save it there. So you restarted your program, you want to find the title, you go to effects and title up here, type in Adrenaline Rush, boom. And now you have this title forever. Now, if you don't want to spend all the time creating these titles, saving these titles, you can go to my pack that I created and check them out because they are really, really cool. I hope you learned something today. If you did, would be really nice that you could give me a thumb up, leave something in the comment if you want to see another cool title tutorial or something else. We can make that happen for you. Have a beautiful day, have a nice day, enjoy it, and I'm gonna check you out in my next video. Bye bye!